would like to call the October 14th, 2025 meeting of the Sustainability Commission to order. Betty, please read the roll.
Alderperson Nelson?
Here.
Commissioner Henry Gillis is excused. Commissioner Lawton?
Present.
Commissioner Panic?
Present.
Commissioner Slavin?
Present.
Commissioner Van Schindel?
Here.
Commissioner Leonard?
Here.
Advisor Metzler?
Here.
All right. Public comments on matters not on the agenda. Comments made during the public comment period shall pertain only to matters under the jurisdiction of the Sustainability Commission.
That's
Yes, sir.
yours. Chase Kufel. I work at 925 South 6th Street, and I would like to recognize Betty for her 6 great years of service with the City of De Pere and working with Board of Public Works and Sustainability Commission, and wish her the best of luck in her future endeavors, as this is her last commission meeting with us.
Aww.
Oh.
Do you want to tell everybody where you're going?
She's like, no.
No.
Not really. Thank you, Chase, and everyone else. It has been quite the 6 years. A lot of progress. I'm very happy to see where the commission is right now. I took a position with Columbia County, and my husband and me and the zoo of animals that we have at our house will be moving down towards our property.
Congratulations.
Awesome. I don't even know where that is.
In Marquette County,
Okay.
it's kind of by
exciting.
Westfield.
Oh, you'll be missed.
So with that, please have patience with me as I adjust to doing everything now, because Betty did it all.
We have faith in you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's exciting. Do I have to read it 2 more times?
Sure.
All right. Are there any other public comments? Any other public comments? All right. Then we are going to move on to the next item, which is approval of the September 9th, 2025 Sustainability Commission meeting minutes. Does anyone want to approve?
I just had a question. Last meeting you shared a GIS map from the city. Are we able to amend the minutes to maybe include that?
Yeah.
I don't know what's the process for that, because I'm
So we went into, do you remember what item that was?
I want to say it was regarding stormwater.
Yes, it was.
Would it just be a link?
We can just, it'll be the De Pere dime mapping system. And we can put a link in brackets. It'll be pretty easy. So then any motion we make now to approve the minutes will be with the edit we just discussed, the amendment we just discussed
Okay, then I make a motion to approve.
with the amendment.
Second? All right. I'm good to go to the next item?
We have to vote.
Oh, we have to vote. Take a vote.
All those in favor, say aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. It's passed. On to the next item. Wisconsin Stormwater Week Proclamation.
Yes, on the September 16th Common Council meeting, Mayor Boyd issued the attached proclamation declaring that September 20th through the 28th will be known as Wisconsin Stormwater Week. So I'm kind of scrolling down to that now in our agenda. There it is. It's beautiful. And this will be something we do annually. It pairs well with our Adopt a Drain program and helps us promote keeping clean, safe waterways. So that's all I got on that one.
Awesome. Any discussion? We're good? Good. Okay. On to the next item, current sustainable projects.
Just give me a moment to catch up. All right, on the screens, I'm showing the pictures that were in the agenda packets. So this summer, it was supposed to be this winter, the city of De Pere hired a contractor, Northeast Asphalt, to dredge out a stormwater detention pond. The photo you see is a pond off of Southwest Park. It's right behind Daytona Speedway. The pond typically would have 5 feet of water. Before they did dredging operations, they had to first pump down the pond, after which they lower a backhoe into the pond area and they push all the sediment that settles out of our stormwater to the backhoe to then load into trucks and truck away for, we used it as like a cover fill for a future site that'll be eventually capped. The sediment that was in this pond was roughly 1.8. I think we were up to 2.5 feet deep in some spots. So this just gives you a representation. This pond is less than, I think it was built in like 2005. I forget when I have, 2001. And we accumulated about 2.5 inches or 2.5 feet of debris. And that's all silts and sediments that are coming off our roadways, off our cars, draining right into our ponds. These ponds treat this water, and then this water is eventually discharging to the Ashwaubenon Creek. So just wanted to highlight this. We monitor our ponds every winter. We drill holes in the ice, and then we take our depths. You kind of can take a Philly rod for surveying. You reach down, you feel the top of sediment, and then you push it through until you hit the bottom of the pond with the clay bottom. And then we get a rough estimate of how much sediment we have to remove. So it was quite the undertaking. The work itself took about a week. More work is done just to restore the site and make our path all cleaned up and regrading the pond bottom. But it's kind of smelly stuff, and there's a lot of fish in these ponds too. So if those die off, that does get gross. But can't quite help that.
How do you determine what needs to be dredged at what time? Like, is it as it hits a certain amount?
There's a certain capacity we want to meet with the DNR. Most ponds you designed for a 4-foot depth. We go that extra foot of storage on the bottom, and it gives us extra fill to like berm up and make our emergency spillways. But once we're starting to hit the limits, like that 3-foot depth of pond where you're not getting as much time for the water to settle out the material, then it's good. We're trying to get a program now on rotation where we're targeting ponds throughout the city.
What was the cycle on this from the time it started accumulating to the time we had to clean it off?
It took till 2001 until today.
Oh,
So,
all right.
Yep.
Okay. 24 years then.
Right. 20 years is probably going to be the sweet spot moving forward.
Okay.
There's a lot of ponds out there, so we'll see what the program looks like and if we can get a nice pattern built.
Awesome.
When you say you're building a pattern, do you guys know for sure that you have ponds that are faring better than others?
Yeah, and I kind of touched on it in the last meeting, and I'm going to go to our DPMC GIS too. It's easier for me to show than to tell on this one. So again, aerial system, our aerial map. So American Boulevard is right here through our business park. You can see this pond system as it changes colors. We get the really green water or a lot of nutrients and stuff, and then it slowly settles out and the pond water gets more clear as we eventually discharge into the Ashwaubenon Creek. So our estimate is as you go further downstream, we're probably looking to settle, get more maybe out of these middle ponds here before we cross Fortune Avenue. We kind of base it off the basin size itself, how much area is being treated, the size of the pond itself, and then kind of looking at the clarity of the water. And a lot of times you can just stand on the edge and see the sediment from the bottom, especially in summertime and at our outfalls. So a little bit will go into it, and we're monitoring. We're going to monitor all the ponds on a 3-year basis just to better understand how quick they're filling too. But a lot of it can be judged just off the aerial where we can see the work's actually being done.
Do you test that sediment for hazardous waste of any kind, or is it just you just reuse it in building applications?
If we didn't have a fill application like we did on this site, it would have to go to landfill.
Okay.
So and that's a DNR form we have to fill out, and have on file,
Okay.
indicating what we did with the material. Yeah, quite a few of these. Turn off the aerial. Everything in blue here, all these little ponds, most of them are city owned and maintained.
Is the goal always to be able to like reuse it and let it dry out?
That's
How
the
do you
cheapest
determine?
way.
Okay.
Cost savings. That's why we have a proposed compost site down here, so we were able to put it on that site, so it's just going to be capped with the parking lot in the future.
Okay.
If we don't have a site available, it'd have to be trucked off site to a place for disposal, and then that trucking cost will be more of the driver when we bid the work.
Okay. Awesome. Anything else?
So
Gonna
I
go to the
got-
next one. Okay, next topic is consideration and possible action on Adopt a Drain incentive program. I think this is Betty.
Yes, so for the most part, just brought back, as requested, the incentive program we had previously discussed last year in August, it looks like maybe. Different options. Obviously, we are doing already the startup kit. Some of you have signed up for drains and have picked up your kits. I actually have one here that Carmen gets to take home tonight.
That's me, because I forgot to pick it up.
It took me a while.
I'm getting there.
But then some of the other options that had previously been discussed were an annual recognition event, whether that is tied with beer garden or something that's done with the crossing guards through the police department, or a tiered recognition program. So like after a certain number of cleanings, you would get different levels of things, coasters, ball caps, t-shirts, things like that. A referral program, so people that are currently signed up, if they got their neighbors or other people to sign up, they would get entered into a drawing for some sort of prize to be determined. We could also do a volunteer spotlight on the social media accounts, or at Common Council, I think had been previously discussed to recognize volunteers at a council meeting. So staff doesn't have a recommendation, just bringing it back for the commission to move forward with something if they choose to. Chase can order things just as easily as I can.
You know, that's a
Will
lie.
he, though? I just want to call out Emily is the lead on Adopt a Drain, and she's not here. So if there's anything we want to make sure we bring back next time, we'll maybe want to do that with her.
We'll always have the,
The
I guess I
topic.
can make these consideration and possible action moving forward for each of the work plan items too.
Okay.
So that'll make it easier to make actions in the future too.
Okay.
But yeah, we can carry this forward to our next meeting.
I just wanted to say too, the referral program just seems like a no-brainer to me. I know I haven't picked up my bucket yet, but just out talking to my neighbor the other day brought it up, and the people who are doing it are naturally the people who should be advertising it. So I just wanted to reiterate and say, hey, we should be doing a lot of that, I think.
Yeah.
We usually know the people who would also be interested, your neighbors that you're chatting with, etc. It seems like those are the people who are going to be interested in it and know the other people who would be interested in it. So.
Yeah, I liked that and the tiered recognition program.
Yeah.
Because I think it incentivizes you to keep doing it. Because what I worry about is you pick up the bucket, you do it a couple times, and then you just stop because that's what you do. So I keep thinking, how do you make sure that people continue to do it and continue to participate? I know this says that this is the most work to manage. So I think we would need to figure out what the program would be and how to manage it, that kind of stuff. But I like something that incentivizes you to keep doing it. And then is it a way that you can like self-market if you get a hat or something that says I adopted a drain, right? Then you wear it. It gets people to ask questions, talk about it.
Has anybody see the ad yet at the movie theater?
I didn't see it at the movie theater, but I watched what you sent.
Okay. Well, I'm just curious.
I really like the beer garden recognition. I think it brings it into the community. You don't have to be in the know. And it might encourage then at that recognition event for more sign up. And it's compatible with some of the other things like a tiered recognition. It doesn't preclude any of those options either.
I wonder if we talked about whether or not we're doing, my brain is blanking, the farmer's market. Thank you. Next year we talked about doing something at beer gardens. I'm wondering if even just highlighting it and if you tied in with something like that where if we can, I don't know, do something tied in with that's a little bit, you already get more people there.
Yep. And it's a celebratory feeling, so it's good vibes, keep it going.
And
And
the audience is the perfect target audience. It's not out-of-towners. We do have a Girl Scout troop that's participating, and I'm looking at who I'm throwing this question to. What would it take to get high school involved to like adopt a drain? Is there a group that we should be looking at, or what would keep you going?
There might be like,
There used to be environmental club.
I don't know if there is.
No.
Like something like that, or like there might be like some green club or something. But I think incorporating it into clubs, that'd be like the biggest part of probably the kids that would be actually interested in it.
What about a business challenge, like getting businesses to challenge each other to do it,
Oh.
to adopt, and just make it fun and competitive? It would be good free advertising for them. Maybe, I don't know, that's something we reach out individually.
Like
But if we could.
highway cleanup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it would just be fun social media posts as well and be beneficial for everybody involved.
Especially, they can start right at their place of business.
Exactly. And then employees can take it home, assuming some live within the pier.
Are the signs available yet? Okay.
Did we decide to do signs?
No.
I don't think we officially decided that. I think we've talked about it a lot.
Okay.
I like a window cling or a sign.
The only thing I've ruled out is painting on the sidewalk in the roadway. And then any sign would have to be on private property. 'Cause that's back in the forefront now with the city.
I feel like anything that we do will be put into action after this fall season.
Baby steps.
Yeah, so I wonder if we bring this back next meeting and catch Emily up
Yeah.
and then see if she has any strong thoughts about it. And I'd love from the marketing perspective, how do we get more people to do it, and are any of these going to help us, or are there other ideas?
Yeah, think about that. I was gonna say, just looking at De Pere High School, they even have a clean and green club per their website. So
Okay.
there's opportunity, and I'm sure businesses. I think that's a great idea. Not sure what I would think about. I mean, social media is the way to go, and whatever we are on at this point, I know the Facebook is very active just because I see it all the time consistently. But what are we doing to reach that next level of
Right.
that next demographic? So that's going to be your easiest target. It's cheap media and easy enough to maintain. But
Okay.
Just be cognizant that we will always get that negative
that's true.
backlash on social. It's the vocal minority, but
Yeah, that's fair.
kind of won't matter what we do, but they'll see it as I'm paying taxes. Why am I now cleaning sewers for the city, sort of things.
Well, good, they don't have to. Someone else can.
Yeah.
Got it, though.
Ask your neighbor to volunteer. No.
I'm in NHS, and I know kids are always looking for service hour.
Volunteer hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
So would you ever want me to bring this up? And then for NHS, anytime you volunteer, you have to take a picture of yourself doing it. So you could just take a picture and then either show one of you guys, and then you guys could sign off on the forms. And I think people would repeatedly do that. I know every Wednesday, starting tomorrow, I'm doing a mentor program for half hour at Dickinson, and that can be something just a half an hour here and there that people do that will get them these hours, because you need 30 hours up.
Great idea.
So,
Could
Easy
something like
peasy.
that count? Could something like this count? You would just have to track your
it
time?
would just be volunteer hours. There's certain NHS hours, which
Okay.
those would be something that the teachers would have to
Yep.
approve. But I'm sure this would count as just regular volunteer hours.
do you know if you need a form or something? Because I know we can't go solicit this idea probably to the school, because we've run into that idea before, or the barrier. But if we had a form, say you went to your NHS and said, hey, this is an option, go check out this form on our website, would that be the way to get it started? maybe?
Yeah, I would have to talk to one of the people that run it. There's some pillar leaders that incorporate certain volunteer ideas, but I'm sure if I talked to a teacher and they signed off on it, that would be fine.
Okay.
To help kick it off too, we could always come with our model and show the importance of this, and then
Good.
lead right into it. But
Yeah.
That could be your homework assignment. Well done today.
Emily's gonna be so proud of us.
If we need to think more like traditional promotion wise, I would say, are we able, and I just don't know the logistics of this by any means, are we able to do like a door hanger within the 3 doors of the nearest drain kind of thing? I know that's probably like super difficult to do logistically and maybe
Betty, you got
permit-wise.
thoughts. What are you thinking?
Is the commission willing to hang door hangers?
That's what and like I said, logistically, I don't know how well that would work.
It's going to be a lot of doors. Chase is going to pull up the map of all the storm sewer locations.
Could we get door hangers before Halloween and hand them out with candy?
There you go.
So, now we're thinking.
We would need to make action on it like today and order them like tomorrow.
Well, at Walmart, they just, they take a little, business card sized piece of paper, and you put your little message on it. You could even sign your name on all of them or whatever, staple it to a little piece of candy, and that's what you hand out.
Yeah, could just do a QR code linking to something on our website?
If we're thinking more like boots to the ground, traditional media, I mean, that's an option. But I know it's, like I said, not logistically easy. But other than that, I'll have to think of some other alternatives.
I would just be curious, with a Halloween trick-or-treating sort of ideas, most of that is kids. And I think a lot of those, if you had just a little slip of paper stapled to candy, I think a lot of slips of paper are just going to end up getting torn off. They're going to get thrown away.
If I was a kid, I'd just rip it off. What is that?
Right. It's not going to get to the parents, to the people that
So you get
really
thrown on the street and
would
then
want
collected
it
a drain and then
Yeah.
cleaned up
Or not
as
cleaned
it's
up 'cause
adopted.
It's not adopted.
Yep.
I like that thought though, something along.
But it could be
Yeah.
an idea. It doesn't have to necessarily tie with trick-or-treating. It could be a way to get it in the hands. If it was at Beer Garden, you could have a thing of candy with the QR code on a slip of paper on it that people could take as they leave.
I'm making notes on all this. Next meeting, I'll probably take all this info and just throw it under the adopted drain work plan, and we'll make one big lump discussion.
We could get Live Strong bracelets like Chase has that has Rachel's proud parent of a storm drain on it.
Yes, I was like, don't say it, just don't say it again. But thank you for bringing it up.
Proud parent.
Just get her bumper sticker already.
Just one quantity.
All right, anything else on this topic?
I just want to second, I love the idea of making things competitive. I think communities that have that culture of fun competitiveness that builds in an inherent advertising. I'm just thinking there's a community in Minnesota that has some weird statue that they hide, and I'll try to find more info, but they get tons of participation with people just wandering the city trying to find some weird talisman thing, and it's become part of folklore. So people do get on board with some of these weird competitions and stuff. So yeah,
You could get the NHS kids going against each other to win a t-shirt.
And we had previously discussed as well, I don't know as far as quantity how they break up, but by ward, I think was how we had previously discussed the competition for.
East side, west side.
Yeah. Seriously, yeah.
I mean, wards are still east and west, it's just there's 4 options then or whatever.
That's still boiling under the surface.
yeah, let's play into it.
Do we need an action, Chase? Do we want to just table the discussion until next meeting?
It is my understanding we're tabling this till next meeting, and then I'm taking this info and inserting it with the adopted drain discussion, and I'm going to make it a consideration and possible action item for next time.
Okay.
Can we get that as a motion in a second?
Yeah, what do I have to say?
Motion what Chase said.
Motion what Chase said.
Motion to table to the next sustainability commission.
Okay, can I say it? Motion to table until the next sustainability meeting.
You give a motion for that? Yes. Yes.
Motion and a second.
Perfect.
Okay.
All in favor?
Oh, we need all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? Okay. The next item is discussion on the Sustainability Commission work plan.
All right, so now we're kind of in the scripted part of our agenda. I don't think I necessarily need to kick each of these off, so whoever's...
Yeah, I think you had each section separately after this, right?
Yep, so I have the work plan, and then each initiative is separate after this. So if we want to
Okay.
just go through any updates on these items, and we can go one by one.
The two that we didn't have much on, the clean air and I think clean energy, we were still wanting to spell out. Is there anything to update on either of those two?
I do have something, because I had two kind of action items from the last meeting, and I can update where I'm at. One was to summarize the cumulative effects analysis. Don't worry, it's only a portion of that.
Okay.
But I ran into a slight hurdle just because the current administration has removed cumulative and indirect effects from analysis, but the analysis done for this document was already public facing. So I'm just pending approval that I can share it, but I probably can.
Okay.
So
Is this for clean energy?
yeah, because I'm still thinking that I think we need something more broad than just energy. And parallel to that was our discussion on green tier. And I was to reach out to WPS and see what I could get. Well, I guess as I'm formulating, well, what am I asking for? I'm realizing I don't think I know what I'm asking for. So the update is that I talked to someone at Green Bay who, because the program, like we heard about, the Lawton Foundry is very different from municipalities. And there is a contact I got that I could actually get information about what we need as a community to be part of the community program. But I'm not someone that's in their like administrator. So I just want to double check that I can reach out. I could probably try by email, but they said I should try by phone. But I'm not someone that's like an administrator
Right.
on the account.
So we just spoke on green tier today with the city manager, and that is moving again to be a priority with the city and our staff. Internally, we have the goal to get something submitted on that front by the end of next year. Today, we've reached out to just the green tier people at the DNR, again, just to get an understanding of.
What you need. Okay,
Yep,
that will
so
help.
We are starting in the energy aspect. It'd probably be best maybe if I'm the point of contact on
Sure,
that.
yep.
And now that I'm tasked with getting this info, as far as accumulating all this data and all these metrics, that's what we're still evaluating on. Maybe we hire someone from the outside, or is this something that we're tackling internally? That's the one thing we're wrestling here in the short term before we make the full steam ahead approach.
Okay, cool.
Nope, that is moving again.
So I guess if you need a contact, maybe I have one, but maybe you already have, maybe you know.
I have a liaison that works directly with us with WPS, so he'll probably be my point, and then we'll work to. I'll
Cool.
probably be like 3 different people down the line, then I finally get what I need.
So then I'm kind of going to take this off of my
Yeah, that's
to-do.
fine.
And then focus on, I think eventually maybe bringing something forward about altering the energy work plan to play well with the information in green tier.
And I think that would be a better goal for after 26. Once we get green tier set, then the next logical step would be that work plan with
Okay.
the data we know.
Okay.
Do we want to put anything in the Sustainability Commission work plan around this topic, or do we just want to defer to?
I'm thinking that would the appropriate way to be maybe putting on the next agenda to possibly make a motion to alter our energy work plan to kind of fit with our needs better. I don't know if that's the next logical step.
I'm not up to speed on the energy work plan.
So I can an immediate goal, we can add the green tier legacy communities, get that submitted for 26. Use that baseline in 27 then to create or start outlining maybe our work plan or green energy plan and leave it at that. It'll kind of be a staff item in the short term until we get things set.
Okay.
And I can update it based on our discussion.
Understanding that the city's moving towards Green Tier 2?
No, so I don't know if there's a tiered level like you have. Right now we are a legacy community, but we're not submitting our annual report to the DNR.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we have to.
You're going to up your energy effort in
Right.
or resource effort into that.
Yes.
All right. So we, the commission would then kind of parallel that effort and make sure that we're staying in contact because there could be some reasons that we would do things that would support the city or vice versa.
Right.
Okay.
Nope, a lot of this, it's GIS based, so we'll have to like measure roadways or impervious areas on a map and get that info to the DNR. Some of it's energy use, how much fuel oil we're burning, gas usage, watts of electricity.
Okay.
There's a health aspect we got to learn. There's like 6 different metrics and then all these questions under each metric.
Yeah, it's energy, transportation, land use, water use or quality.
Yep.
I wasn't sure. Solid waste, and then health and equity.
Yep. So solid waste, that's our own department. We should know those figures. Water use, again, that's us. Water quality will be a little bit more. There's modeling that needs to take place, and that's our stormwater ponds. So we're dangerous with that. We have an MS4 permit that we submit to the DNR annually. The other ones, the health equity, transportation, and land usage, that's a lot more work in the background. We know the data, we know where to find it, but it's just a lot of work to sift out the data from everything we have.
Awesome. So you'll update the work plan with that stuff. I think that's a good, it's attainable. It gives us a timeline and it gives us a path to what comes after that. Clean air. Were you gonna lead clean air?
I planned on it. Do I
Okay.
have like an exact plan at this point? No. I know we had kind of chit-chatted about a few things at the last meeting, but
Yeah,
I
and I
haven't
don't
got
think-
any action items at this point.
Okay. No, I don't think there's, I'm just asking to see if you need to update
Yes,
anything.
that is correct.
And with, not everything can be a priority,
Yeah.
so I'm perfectly fine with clean air, just,
Holding out.
It's a big
yeah,
job.
we're working on it, but
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
not, especially with Betty leaving, my whole world's upside down now.
Okay, I'll continue on through the agenda then. So the next one was adopt a drain, which we already talked about. Was there anything else to call out with adopt a drain?
Do we
I'm
have any more?
happy to lead it alongside Emily, as I know she's doing a lot, so I don't mind co-leading with her on that.
Sounds good.
There's just a lot of momentum happening there, and I think there's going to be a lot of work streams happening, so I can jump in.
Any new adoptees this?
I feel like that's
Past
more
month?
than last time. 22
No,
adopters,
I don't-
30 inlets.
I don't think we've had anybody since you updated that.
Okay. Yep, so 22 currently and 30 inlets throughout the city. And then
Will
we are getting active reports back, so it's pretty cool.
the ad is live at the De Pere Cinema?
It should be, though Emily said she went the first night and she didn't see it.
Okay.
The one that Emily made?
Yeah,
It's cool.
And then
she's a
the
movie star.
banner. Is there any update on the banner?
Blame me. I said to table it because Betty's leaving and it's going to be hard for me to continue with things. I'll throw it on as a future item.
Do we need to come up with some sayings and maybe,
We were kind of leaning on the Grinch pinch of salt
Yep.
sort of memo or sort of saying.
okay. So don't come up with any more. I like that one too.
I did check with the Parks Department, though. They only have one item, and it's up right now, or should be up right now, the St. Norbert College October thing, their women's sports thing, I think it is. I think all of November was open for putting a banner up, but then in December, they don't have any banners up because it has a holiday theme that is just the city puts up garland and stuff, so.
Okay. Sounds good. Anything else on adopt or trade? Okay, we can move on to composting. Go ahead.
You first. You got a lot more than me.
No, were you going to give a participation update this
I can do
time
it
or next
again.
time?
I'm going to do an update next time of the formal numbers. Entering this quarter, we were down to 29 participants. I'm still wrestling with a couple just to get things submitted. They're non-responsive, so I don't know if they're just not participating anymore or what the deal is there. But
Okay.
those that are active are fairly consistent. And they're getting me the receipts monthly, so it's pretty sweet.
Okay, awesome. With the lower participation, I started researching what are some other and or additional initiatives that we could possibly look at doing. I'm really in the research phase because I'm not an expert, so I'm trying to find out what resources are already out there, who are the experts. So I've been doing a lot of research on what other cities are doing. The Wisconsin DNR has a resource page, and they list out like a lot of places within Wisconsin that have programs, a lot of resources that they've created or links to other places. And I've also reached out to someone from Associated Recyclers of Wisconsin, ARROW. They have a organics reduction and composting committee.
Okay.
There was an email address there, so I reached out to see. They mentioned that they do education and connection, and that's their focus. So I just reached out to see if there's anything that they're hearing cities are doing or what's working or not working. And then I additionally reached out to a lady named Mary who used to work at Mosquito Hill, and she said like 45-minute to hour-long training sessions on composting. And she was open and willing to perhaps doing something like that for the community. So I asked her to come to our next meeting to give a shorter version of that presentation so that we could kind of see what that is, ask some questions so that as we continue to develop what the rest of the initiative could look like, we could have some ideas. So she's going to come the beginning of next meeting.
I'm going to follow up with you just to get her contact and get anything she needs.
Perfect. So I don't have any recommendations or changes yet. I'm really in the research stage, and I'm hoping that maybe after the next meeting and we get another participation update, we can see where we want to go.
Yeah, we're working through budget still, and I updated the city manager. We're only looking to maybe use 5,000 of the funds this year for composting. So
Okay.
any boost we can get would be welcome.
Awesome. Anything else on composting? Any experts on composting? Okay. We talked about clean air. So that one's good. And then last one, was it last one?
Second last one.
Second to last one, pollinator gardens and planned natural landscape.
City staff met with the urban orchard team. The urban orchard team now is of the stance that we are in a maintenance phase. Maintenance work within city parks will be handled by our Parks, Recreation, and Forestry Department. So the urban orchard team, with no need for future expansion or plantings of urban orchards, has disbanded at this point. As far as this commission is concerned, we still have approval through the Parks Department and the Parks Commission to do planned natural landscapes along our pollinator gardens along our urban orchards, but we just have to come up with a plan of how we want to attack that moving forward.
At the last
If at all.
meeting, we had kind of said that the RFP process didn't pan out. I do have some people, some DePere residents that might be interested. We just might need some more details. I know we said at the last meeting it would be maybe around 3 people, 2 to 3 hours, and twice a month in the beginning of the season. But we need more concrete, like time commitment to see if that is actually feasible.
Right. And then there's a whole materials aspect of how do we buy the plants for these people then to come in and plant them and maintain them. And the water is going to be a challenge too for watering. Yeah, I don't have a good answer on that yet.
Okay.
Did the letters start going out for the planned natural landscape?
Yes, I've heard back from 2 or 3 residents at this point. But we haven't done a windshield survey or gone out and visited yet.
What is a windshield survey?
going and finding people that we know or can see
Okay.
from the right of way that have these landscapes.
Okay.
Drive-bys.
Gotcha. Okay.
You've been hearing from
2 or 3, yeah. And they're spreading the word amongst each other and their friends, so the spider web keeps growing.
So
Is it
Emily had sent
No.
an email out
Maybe. Maybe
to
the first one was.
her Master Gardeners group,
Okay.
and I think also in Wild Ones that she's part of, and asked them to reach out to her if they were interested in participating, and she's been sending them to me. So I think we've sent out like 8 letters maybe.
Okay.
A couple of them she sent I couldn't find addresses for, so she was trying to hunt those down with them.
So you sent out letters to people to officially kind of ask them for participation?
Yeah.
So then I could send you guys the contact that I had?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Probably best to send to me in the short term.
Yep.
Okay. I think we have time on some of that, but anything else on that topic? No? Okay. And the last one was clean energy, which we did already talk about. Is there anything additional to add there?
No.
Okay. Can I move on to future agenda items?
Yes.
Are there any future agenda items that people would like added to the next meeting?
To kick it
Yeah,
off.
this is
I'm,
Casey.
Hi, Casey.
Can I? Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to add a future agenda item. I've been chatting with somebody about a potential kind of initiative or a program to really kind of try to incentivize or recommend certain plants for homeowners that would really be, the most beneficial for pollinators and so it'd probably be kind of under the pollination part. But I would like to just like maybe present an idea about, a potential way to, like I said, incentivize, the people planting the right plants that will be good for pollinators and other things like that.
Sounds good. I'll probably email you, Casey, just to kind of get the formal wording that you'd want to see on the agenda, or if you want to write a memo even.
Yep. Yeah, we can definitely chat offline about it. But yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
And then on my end of things, I have composting updates, Green Tier Legacy Communities updates, Urban Orchard. I kind of talked about that, didn't I?
Talked about it.
Yeah, even Green Tier we kind of talked about. So I'll just include those under the discussions for green energy and urban orchards and plant natural landscapes. We're going to bring back the banner, the educational series, the Mary presentation from Mosquito Hill, and then Casey's item.
Awesome. Anything else?
Thank
Okay.
you, Betty.
Thank you, Betty.
Thank you, Betty.
All right. Does anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Meeting is adjourned. Do we need to vote? No.
Yes.
We need to vote.
Aye.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
None.
So I didn't have to
Motion.
leave early.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.